Bloomington Tomorrow Together is the City of Bloomington's new strategic plan, co-created with residents and representatives of this city.
I think this plan really focuses on the wants and the needs of the community and the essence of our larger mission.
To cultivate an enduring and remarkable community where people want to be.
That term cultivation means this is something where we're starting to plant seeds and we're going to cultivate what we want to accomplish.
And so this was a robust conversation about setting an intentional future for the City of Bloomington that included more than 400 voices in the community.
You know, it wasn't like it just an input process, this was a partnership.
And so the community had a voice at the table and helped develop the plan and helped approve every word that went into the document. And it becomes a guide for staff to know what is the priority for this community and how to prioritize our resources to enact it.
We are focusing our work in 3 areas: a connected, welcoming community, a healthy community, and a community with equitable economic growth. What residents said was important was having a community where people feel welcomed, where they feel valued, and where they feel connected. And that's not just connected to each other, but it's connected to resources, and it's connected to many of the amenities that we have in this community.
How we look into that is to ensure that new residents and current residents are receiving city resources and services at their fingertips or through community partnerships and relationships, in addition to being out in the community and learn about what they could do to volunteer or if they want to engage.
Our community has placed a very high priority on how we incorporate art and experience art in the quality of life here in Bloomington. And so continuing to develop our creative placemaking and opportunities that people have to participate in art is one of the really important ways that we can improve the events and the activities that people engage in.
One new initiative that we started is the Welcome to Bloomington program, and we're hoping to launch that in January 2024, which we connect new residents who identify as homeowners or renters to get to learn about community resources, city resources, programs and services, and just really create this program that helps connect new residents to one another.
We also heard very clearly that people want to live in a community that values health and wellness. And that's everything from individual health to the wellness of our entire population to environmental health and sustainability.
A healthy community is one in which everybody can attain their optimal health, and that requires us to be pretty intentional about promoting health equity, reducing barriers that might exist that are negatively impacting people's well-being. And a resilient community is one that can adapt and withstand and recover from adversity. So a lot of times for health resiliency, that means that people have access to either the health care or the resources or the knowledge that they need so that they can take care of themselves, their families, and their community.
If people feel safe, that's a good sign of a healthy community. We're starting to see crime that's at a 4-year low here in the City of Bloomington. If we're having less traffic accidents, that is also a sign of a healthy community.
Another really important message that we heard from the community was how important it was for everybody in Bloomington to have equitable access to outcomes and success.
The City of Bloomington is an economic hub for the region. We have more jobs here per capita than St. Paul and Minneapolis. And so what equitable economic growth means is how do we distribute it to communities that have been disadvantaged in terms of jobs or resources, affordable housing. How do we work with our developers to make sure that basically everybody's getting a share of the pie?
And to be a place where we have thriving commercial nodes throughout our community. So opportunities for small business and opportunities for all businesses to continue to be successful. And from a resident perspective, that also means having fewer vacant spaces in our commercial nodes because we want to make sure that the image of vitality and vibrancy is one that people see in Bloomington everywhere they turn.
So what does all this mean? This means that, you know, as the tide rises, all boats rise along with it. And that's really what we're creating here in Bloomington.
I believe the city's going to hold itself accountable on this because it's a shared plan. This is something that the city is going to continuously do when we're communicating programs is those programs are going to be drawn back to the strategic plan. Everything we do is public.
While it does have a City of Bloomington logo on it, it really truly is a community plan because it will take all of us to make this a reality. One of the things that we are creating is a community dashboard where the community members can actually follow along and track our progress. And so we expect to provide updates every quarter on the things that we're working on. And what's nice is it gives you a really high level kind of a snapshot of one thing or two things or three things that people are interested in. But for those who really want to dig deeper, they can go in and actually see some of the action plans and the things that we're working on. So it really is tailored to the end user about what they want to experience and what they want to learn about the city.
It's really important for us to deliver on the promise that we are making to the community to achieve our mission to cultivate an enduring and remarkable community where people want to be.